Hello everyone, my name is Stacy Stube. I am launching a campaign around a Balinese art village that I'm creating called Kampung SENI. It's located in the northwest of Bali in an area called Tabanan, Kediri. Now, the idea behind it is to create a living showroom of Balinese traditional fashion, textiles, and techniques, all just in one place. Just to give a bit of background, I'm a fashion designer, a socially focused one. I moved to Bali about a year and a half ago, and even with me being Indonesian American, with the language skills that came in handy when I was doing my research and my background and having a master's in fashion entrepreneurship and a business degree, it was really a challenge just to figure out how to do business there as a fashion designer. And there are so many talented artisans that are all over Bali, usually in different regions for the specialized techniques. Now, what I propose and what I'm creating with this art village is to create kind of a hub for more business focused in terms of servicing. Instead of seeing it as tourism, it's more focused on fashion business support so that the designers can come, have a look at samples of those different textiles, and then already have relationships built with the other artisans from those different regions to be able to source this kind of manufacturing. So it's not only providing support for the designers that come over, it also provides support for the artisans to be able to work in a more Western point of way without compromising their religious practices and the kind of the way that they produce. Also giving that education to them so that they are aware as to their environmental impact. There's that traceability aspect to it. So when these fashion designers do leave Bali after having sourced their manufacturing, that these relationships can be maintained and grown. One of my big missions is, healing through the arts. So being able to integrate this element to preserving these craft skills that, are being quite lost, to be honest, because a lot of the younger generation, they're not learning these techniques. As it happens around the world, the artist dies along with this technique. So this allows the money to come in from the fashion businesses to have access to create these beautiful things that we can showcase to the world about Balinese craft skills. But then we also have the element to, allowing people to engage and understand the culture through the arts. And I've spent about 4 months in a particular village that has been very receptive to this idea. It started with me teaching English as a favor, more so when I was looking for techniques. They knew I was teaching an orphanage, so I offered. Now through the English lessons, that then allowed them to be more open to my ideas and the things that I had to offer. And now we've got, the lessons have continued. We have about 25 girls in the program. Now this is the third element that I see through this art village. It's the education. So I see it as an art village and education hub. Younger generation girls are being invested in. The girls, when they marry, they go to their husband's family. Now the sons then are the ones that to take care of their family. So then the investing in the girls is to invest into someone else's family as they see it to a certain degree. So we are working with the girls from those English lessons that I began to give them confidence, to work with English lessons to give them an ability to communicate. But it's also then to start nurturing them in the direction of potentially managing some of these different projects. So we have a pool of human resources and capital that are hopefully positively influenced and seeing kind of the big picture and the longer term plans rather than the traditional Indonesian approach that I've seen. And that's just what's happening today. And that's fine for presence. But in terms of progression and sustainability of a project like this, we need to develop a management system. And the way I see it, at least how I've been taught in my this new world of development, is that I should be out of a job. I should maybe have built and created the resources initially, and this is what this SSG campaign is to do. It's to provide the resources and the infrastructure to begin this project. We've already got the property approved by the community, so the chief or the head of the Banjar. Now we also just need a few different resources. We need to build the gazebo. That is where we're going to house the the weavers, the women that are making the Balinese lace. We need to buy the different materials to stock the location. Now, also another part to it is to then build a kitchen that's going to take those girls from the school into the property so that they can be educated as well on nutrition. The model that I've created for this particular village is a non-for-profit one with a strategic social entrepreneurship focus. What that means is I'm not taking any of the money from this project. This project is for me to put the money into it so that this village has an infrastructure in place that can then allow them to take over and to flourish as a result of these kind of ideas that I've gathered from my work and my research, seeing an opportunity and being able to allow them to take it forward with continued support by myself from a strategic point of view. But in the earlier days, it's going to be very much hands-on. And I need your help. I funded most of it myself with my consulting work and any little bit of money I've gotten as I could spare from my own brand. But I can't do it by myself. I'm asking for $10,000. In terms of prizes, at the moment, I have just recently finished a book called Bali Fashion Dream, and it highlights the entire story of me setting up my fashion company. So if you want to get the backdrop story, a little bit of Eat, Pray, Love, you can have that in that story, and hopefully you'll be inspired to maybe go for your dreams. But that's it in a nutshell. I know it was really in depth, and I'm sorry to go on and on, but I'm just so excited about this project. I'm happy that we've gotten to the place that we have, and there've been a lot of roadblocks, but together we can make this Balinese art village, Kampung SENI, a reality. I thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and if you have any questions or you're interested actually to building a fashion company in Bali, do feel free to send me a message, and